Okay, it's live. Namaste, Om, welcome. I will wait for people to join. Okay, it's live. Namaste, Om. No, people yet? Okay, I will record to the cloud. Okay, welcome, Namaste. This is 10 things not to do in yoga. Many times we do certain things, and later on we feel that maybe that should have been a question for my yoga instructor, but I never asked. If there is anything like this on your mind, you are thinking about, then let me address a few of these. I collected 12 of these points from my teaching experience of yoga for more or nearly 20 years. First of all, my name is Nalini Om. Namaste. Uh, I am professor of biology, and my academic credentials are I have masters in biology and research. And after my research, I worked as a microbiologist and also as a cancer research scientist. And then during before even I started my master's, life took me on a path wherein I needed to understand what is the meaning and purpose of this life and how to connect with the inner voice so that it can guide us. It could guide me. So that is how my journey into yoga started. Even before I did my master's, I started my master's. So after my master's, I worked, and then now for past 12 years, I've been working as a professor of biology, and I'm working as a professor of biology. And also from 2003, I've been working as a yoga teacher. Mostly, I was doing body yoga, which was asanas, teaching yoga asanas, mostly yoga asanas, pranayama, and meditation. Those were part of my curriculum in teaching yoga. Later on, it shifted to full yoga. Understanding what is full yoga is also part of QA today. So what I'm going to do is ask you some questions and quiz questions. Prasadji is here. Prasadji, is there any way you can turn on your video and also unmute yourself? Prasadji has joined. So, Prasadji, I will
Yeah, Nalini, can you hear
display
me?
quiz PowerPoints for you. Namaste, welcome, Prasadji. Thank you for joining. Are you there? Oh, your mic is not connected. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
When you unmute, it is showing as unmute, but after you uh, unmute, you're not speaking. Do you want to log off and log back in, Prasadji? I'm not able to hear you if you're speaking. I think you're connecting your audio now.
Nalini, can you hear me? I'm sorry, some audio issue.
Okay. While you're getting that connected, Prasadji, I will go ahead. I needed your help with the quiz. I wanted you to be part of quiz session. Well, uh, see, there are so many things that we could do. Let me restart the recording. Thank you so much, Prasadji, for trying. Yeah, I see that you are trying to connect. Okay. Um, okay, so I have collected 12 points, uh, 12 points not to do in yoga. Many things are told by instructors, do this, do that, do this, do that. But then what not to do is something that I'm covering today. First and foremost thing in yoga, what makes a physical activity or exercise, vyayamam, uh, anything which is to do with moving of your body parts, yoga. It's not breathing. Many people say add breathing to it, it becomes yoga. That's not true. And many people say add mind to it, be mindful in it. Again, that's not true either. Then what is a yoga? What actually is yoga is something that I'm going to cover today. Okay, so let me share PowerPoint. Prasadji, are you able to speak? If you unmute, I think I can't hear you. Oh, wait, Prasadji, wait. It could be because of something on my end. Wait. Okay, say something now, Prasadji. Say something. Say 1, 2, 3 or something. Unmute yourself and say something. Okay, so coming to the PowerPoint, let me turn on the PowerPoint. Um, Give me a moment. I have it right here. I will open the PowerPoint. Prasadji, earlier my speaker was not connected to something. That's why I was not able to hear. But now I should be able to. Okay. So here is my PowerPoint. Where is the PowerPoint? Okay, my PowerPoint is up. So let me ask you some questions on PowerPoint, and then let me see your answers. Hmm. So, 10 things not to do in yoga. So, here is a quiz to test your knowledge. First question: is breathing more always beneficial in yoga? We have to breathe a lot or consciously breathe. I'm not saying rapid breathing, but then breathing consciously or deliberately breathing every time you are in a certain pose, like head stretching up, body stretching up, inhale and exhale when you bend down. Is that true? Okay. So, answer is B. No, breathing should not be continuous. It is not true that breathing is beneficial, is the only thing that you are supposed to be mindful of. Breathing should be natural and mindful. Whenever it is required, you breathe. Coming to the next question. Prasadji, are you able to unmute yourself? There you go. Are you able to speak and say something? Yeah, I should be able to hear if you say something, but I'm not able to hear. Okay. Should you only stretch within your limit? Is a quiz question. There are many answers. Some people say you should always stay within your limits. Don't cross your comfort zone because that is force, and anything that we do with force is not yoga. But that's not true. We have to stretch slightly beyond our capacity. That is the true answer. And stretching does matter in yoga. So, Prasadji, I'm not able to hear you. I'm not able to see you. But speak if you can, whenever you can. G. Not able to unmute. No, I see that you are able to unmute. Now you're able to unmute, but then your voice is not coming through. Okay. What defines real yoga? I will talk about it in detail. Performing a yoga asanas on yoga mat is not yoga. That's not what yoga is. Definitely not watching videos and doing complex poses like headstand and pigeon pose and parvatasana and ashwasanchalanasana. This is yoga. That is not true either. So the correct answer is following all principles of yoga following all principles of yoga is real yoga. Now, what we do on a yoga mat is only asanas, and the one who does asanas is not called a yogi, is called an asani. So, if we follow only yoga asanas and say that I do yoga, that is not actually a correct statement. At least before defining what is real yoga and saying, going on saying that I do yoga, I have done yoga. I think we all have this responsibility on us to know what is real yoga. Let me define that in a few moments. So, next quiz question. Um, Why should you avoid starting yoga with complex poses? It's because muscles are tight and stiff after sleep. That is true. Many people think that I slept and woke up, so all night my muscles were resting, my body was resting. So it's such a good thing. I can get up and start hard yoga poses. If at all you are under that thought or impression, let me tell you that when we are sleeping at night, our muscles are tight. They get tight and they get stiff during the sleep. So it is important to do warm up exercises before starting yoga. Even if you are an adept yogi, have been practicing yoga for a very long time, you must be able to do a little bit of warm up before doing the complex poses. It's very important. Um, Next question. When is the best time to do belly sequences in yoga? Nowadays, I have seen, especially my audience, my yoga participants, I have seen that they focus on belly. They say that core is very important. Yes, core is very important because in this abdomen area, which is below your lungs and above pelvis, in that area, there are many organs. More than 80% of your organs, you call organs, which do functions, specific functions, they are in that area, like stomach, intestines, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, urinary bladder for women, ovaries and uterus, kidneys for men and women, and adrenal glands. All these organs are in the core area. So it is very important to keep our core really strong. Uh, and when to do exercises for our core along with other body parts is immediately right after meal is a wrong answer. We all know that our belly exercises are not possible when our belly is full, right? At any time of the day. No, that's not true either. Definitely on full, not on full stomach. So completely fasting. We must be completely fasting and at least 4 hours after a meal. What is the correct way to burn belly fat in yoga? Belly fat in yoga is a way to reduce belly fat and get flat belly. But then, how to do it? Answer is increasing oxygen levels with rapid movements. How? I will explain that in a moment after I turn off this PowerPoint. Is it true that yoga should be slow and simple as you age? No, it's not true. Even after 50, you can do headstands and full sequences. what is the correct way to store a yoga mat? Many people have seen that they roll the mat. Let me show you. I have my yoga mat here. Um, let me
Amy, hope
turn.
you can hear me.
Now I hear you, Prasad ji.
I'm so sorry, so sorry. Yeah, some network issue and some audio issue as well from my side, some headphone. I'm really sorry for that. Yeah, okay. So these are the question, I was also having in my mind, but I never tried to, ask anyone, because I used to follow some videos but still, yeah, yeah, it's good to know these answers. I mean, to know answer to these questions. Yeah, good.
Hey, thank you for paying attention and listening, and thank you for joining for answering the quiz questions. So, I'm at this question how to store the yoga mat. So, many people
Okay.
turning off the video.
Yeah, we roll it and keep it like that.
Uh, Generally, we roll it like this, right? And
Yes, yes,
uh,
exactly.
it's not the right way to do because whatever dirt is on the bottom side of the mat will touch the other side of the mat. And when you are doing yoga next time, all the dirt is on your face or into your lungs. So, what I would recommend is instead of rolling, I generally do folding. So fold the mat like this into half, fold the mat into half, and then one fold and put it away, fold it. And before folding and putting away, what I do is
Perfect. Yeah.
thank you, thank you. And what I do is I wipe off with this cleaning fluid or cleaning solution given by one of my friends. She provides these. This is made of vinegar, a little bit of vinegar and lot of water. I wipe it with this, spray it on the mat with this spray bottle and wipe it on the mat. Uh, and clean it and put it away. Clean it, dry it, and put it away. So I have few more quiz questions, Prasadji, um, if you like to answer. Here you
Yeah,
go.
please. Yeah.
I think I was the correct way. Yeah, we were on eighth slide. So so do not roll the mat, fold it and put it away. And I also do one more thing, which is I mark my yoga mat on one end with lotus flower with a sharpie, lotus flower
Mhm.
with a sharpie. So what I do is I put my head there on head always on that side and that end of the mat, not side, but that end of the mat. So here is a question for you, Prasadji. Next question. And I opened a different PowerPoint because you couldn't join at the very beginning. So I have the answers up here. What should you do if you keep postponing yoga? What do you do, Prasadji, if you keep postponing yoga? And is there any way you can turn on your video if it is possible?
Okay. Sometimes I used to do, skip it if you're busy, but it is not right. I know. Yeah. And sometimes also I used to, wait for the right time that, okay, I'll start, today evening, I'll start tomorrow morning. I used to do that, but yeah. And then a lot of reasons, to start, but that is not correct. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. See, life happens. We won't be able to practice everyday yoga. So, on those days, what we can do in order to not let the habit break is just after meals. You get a
Mm-hmm.
few minutes right before falling asleep at least go lay out the yoga mat and sit on it in sukhasana for some time. That way you're not breaking the habit. Your body is remembering. Your body has that muscle memory and we are continuing to remember. That's a little trick just to keep the mind and also a body remember that I need to go back to the mat. I can go back and I need to go back and I will go back just so that we are not breaking the habit. So that is something that I would
Yeah.
recommend.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you for the tip. Yeah, I'll try to do that.
thank you. And next one is this one. Which of these should be avoided during yoga? Uh, Sometimes I see that people say, I do not have a yoga mat today, so I'm going to practice on the floor. Uh, that is not right. You should never practice yoga without a yoga mat or on a bed sheet or a carpet on which we walk. Those are not the right practices. The reason why we should not do yoga on on I'm sorry on yoga on carpet is or directly on the ground. Let me explain that first. Why we should not do yoga on the mat. I'm sorry. Why we should not do yoga on the ground is because bodies have, excuse me, bodies have charges. Our bodies have charges, and ground, earth has charges as well. And we are causing these movement of energy when we are doing yoga asana, more active movement during yogasanas. And when we do it on the ground, then we tend to discharge. We feel discharged. And that is the very reason why they say not to sleep on the bare ground. At least put a little flat sheet on the ground and sleep. What happens when we sleep on the bare ground all night and we wake up is we feel tired. We feel as if there is no energy. That is because of that transfer of energy from body to the ground. And I bet you know this, being a scientist, or if you are a scientist, let me say this way, or scientist way of thinking is they connect, they do earthing, right? Earthing is required to stop or surging. So, earthing is very important in order to keep your electronics from getting damaged. It's exactly like that. Understand that Earth has a certain power, and you have certain power, and you feel discharged when you do yoga asanas on the ground directly. So, do not do yoga asanas on the ground. And applying moisturizer applying moisturizer on palms and feet, or oil, and doing yoga asanas is also a wrong practice. Do not do yoga asanas. Do not do yoga asanas after applying moisturizer because your hands get slippery and your feet get slippery and you might slip, and you may have to balance yourself on your hands. and on feet sometimes. In that case, it is really dangerous. Make sure that if you applied moisturizer, then quickly wipe off, dry it nicely before starting yogasanas, really dry, and then start yogasanas. And another thing that we should not do when we do yoga is putting AirPods on and listening to music, because music helps you, or listening to your favorite songs because you like listening to that song, or listening to a podcast, and doing what no a lecture, or listening to lectures and doing yogasanas because you think that this is a daily practice, this is for my physical body, so I don't need to pay attention to it. That's not the right way. When you're doing yogasanas, make sure that you're not putting anything in your ears or listening to something else. As I said at the very beginning, yoga is being aware. Yoga is being completely present and knowing what every part of your body is doing, how your breathing is going, and what your mind is thinking. Putting all together is yoga. Yoga is not just doing physical movements, repeated physical movements, and strengthening or stretching the body parts. That is mechanical exercise that you can do anytime, that you will do anytime, and we cannot call it yogasanas. That is not yogasanas. Yes, please go ahead, unmute yourself, Prasadji. Yeah, are you?
Yeah, so we can keep some background music slowly, and can we do that? Is that the right way while doing?
Oh, yeah. But then if your focus is not on the music, your focus is on
Yes,
your
yes, of
time.
course.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice question. Thank you so much. So, three things one should avoid during yoga is practicing without mat. Do not practice yoga without a mat. Must practice yoga on a specific place or specific mat that you have chosen. If not exactly that, but there should be a mat, but it should be only for yoga, not on carpet, not on the ground, not on a bed sheet. And don't
Okay.
apply any oil or moisturizer on your palms and feet and do it. Wipe it off. And then no
Okay. Yeah.
listening to particular music. All these must be avoided. Here you go, another one for you. If you're there, Prasadji.
Yes, yes. How
How
can you reset your circadian rhythm for morning yoga?
huh,
Okay. You
how
can
can
have to
you,
demonstrate. I
um,
don't think so. Yeah, wake up early, just 3 days. Yes. Only practice on weekends. Keep yoga if you work night shifts. Reset. I think maybe, wake up early and then,
yeah,
yeah,
that's the answer, as you can see down there.
yeah,
It is hard to keep going every morning doing yoga at a particular time. Like, for example, I invited so many of my friends to join a live yoga. Unfortunately, not even one person joined. Oh my God, not even one person joined. It is really sad. It is sad, but it's okay. It's up to their comfort, right?
yeah. See, maybe the reason is, it is Sunday evening, so maybe, they might have occupied or somewhere, but still, yeah, it's good opportunity. Should not miss. Yeah,
Yeah, that's okay. No, no, no. I'm doing this because I needed to get the recording done, and
yeah.
I save these recordings and I'm making it into a course. So, yeah, this is beneficial for me. This is for me, and
Of course, keep doing, please. Yeah, Thank you so much.
Others are
Yeah.
able to take advantage of this. It's great. And I'm humbled, honored if somebody is able to join. And that's a great thing if they can join. And I'll be grateful if somebody is able to join. And for example, today I invited you, I pulled you in, and you were able to join. It's great. And otherwise, I provide this recording for a couple of hours later in the day as well, so they can watch the recording later as well. And coming to the next question. Okay. Circadian rhythm. How can we set our circadian rhythm? Is doing regularly everyday yoga is so difficult. So and also another thing, yoga is suggested to practice early in the morning. Yogasanas, because your belly is empty. You have been fasting all night, and it's a good way to do headstands or bending down poses or head down poses. All these are good if we are doing on empty belly or fasting. But then later in the day, we might be eating something or we get busy with work. So we won't even have time to practice yogasanas. But then getting up every day early in the morning and sacrificing sleep is so difficult. It feels difficult. We live our entire life for taking care of so many things. When are we living for our purpose? When are we living for improving our health and focusing on our health? Think about that once and then take a decision. If you want to wake up early in the morning, here is something that I would recommend. 3 days it will be very difficult, but practice for 3 days, sleeping little early and waking up early. If you are unable to sleep early, then also wake up early. Force yourself to wake up early. Just by waking up early 3 days is not going to hurt your health so bad that you will become ill. It's just our thought. So, 3 days early in the morning, put an alarm, force yourself to wake up. Just because you woke up early, you will tend to fall asleep early. So, they say, right, early to bed, early to rise. You'll get used to this. You'll get used to this, and this habit will help you to continue to waking up early. And this habit can help you to continue to take care of your health. And this will set your circadian rhythm. Coming to the next question. Oh, that was the last one. Thank you, Prasad ji, for tagging along. Sure. Are you there, Prasad ji?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
session. Yeah. So I wish you, all the best for next sessions, and please keep doing this. Yeah. And please share me the links whenever you conduct these yoga sessions. Yeah.
It's the same link. You just, if you're subscribed, subscribe
Okay.
to my channel. You, whenever you are on the dashboard, it will appear that I was live or I am live. And if you want to
Yeah,
catch
sure.
the live, then you can click on the live. It is on Sundays at 5 p.m. Indian time and 6:30 a.m. US Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Time Zone.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. And yeah, I have subscribed to your channel as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Safe.
Okay. Let's go over 10 things not to do in yoga. Let me ask you a quick question. When you do yoga, when you do yoga asanas, when you do yoga asanas, um, what makes that physical activity yoga? Do you know? It's not breathing mindfully. It is not being mindful. It is not being at calm and asking yourself to. Ji, I'm continuing live. So, what makes the activity on a yoga mat yoga? It's not being calm and it's not being conscious about what we are doing. Those are not the things. It's about awareness. What is awareness? Awareness is knowing that I am doing this. And this is what is my mind thinking. This is what my breath doing. All this makes it awareness. So add awareness to yoga activity. That is yoga. So do not do yoga with more breathing. That is wrong. That is one mistake. What not to do in yoga? 10 things not to do. First one was that actively adding breathing every time that you think you must breathe as said by the instructor. I'm not saying not to follow the instructor, but just saying that that is not the only thing that makes it yoga. There is so much more. Okay, just adjusting lights. What second point? Avoid painkillers. Some people think that I'll take painkillers and do yoga because that makes my body flexible. Never do that. It's a wrong practice. Never take painkillers and do yoga because you lose sensitivity to all those pain parts in your body. How much to stretch and how much not to stretch because you are under the influence of a painkiller now. So that's a wrong practice. Do not take painkillers and do yoga asanas. Third one, um, stretch within your limit or stretch within your comfort zone is a wrong thing. That's not true. You have to stretch a little more than your comfort zone. Then only it is called stretching. Then only it is called yogasana. Otherwise, what is the use of doing a yogasana? So, stretch more than what is your possible limit, possible comfort zone. That was the third one. And what if you don't have time? You're doing yoga in hurry. Never do yoga in hurry. If you have only 15 minutes for doing yoga asanas on a yoga mat, then do 5 minutes of yoga. That's it. 5 minutes of yoga asanas is good enough, and then 10 minutes relax. Because the yoga I teach, hatha yoga. Ha means sun, tha means moon. Ha means sun, tha means moon. Hatha yoga means you should do warming exercises or warming up, or you should do exercises which increase your energy levels, metabolism, and then also cool you off. There should be both. Then only it is called hatha yoga. Otherwise, it is called haha yoga. It will be a laughter yoga. It will be a matter of joke. So don't let your body get confused doing things which are confusing for your body. That's not true. And doing yoga in hurry is a big no-no. If you do not have time, it's okay to skip yoga for that time. And maybe, as I said, at night, just sit on yoga mat, lay out the yoga mat and sit on yoga mat and keep that practice going. Don't break that practice. That is something that I would recommend. And what else? What is actual yoga? Understand what is real yoga. Yoga asanas, when we do stretching and relaxing on a yoga mat, that is called asana practice. And the one who does asanas is an asani, is not a yogi. So, what is real yoga? Real yoga has 8 limbs. Let me show that. Oh, give me a moment. Ah, ah. What is real yoga? According to Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, real yoga has 8 parts to it, and it is called Ashtanga Yoga. Patanjali defined it as Ashtanga Yoga. What are the 8 branches or 8 limbs in yoga? It is depicted as a tree, yoga tree. Let me display that. Okay. The 8 limbs of yoga are yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Now, what are all these and how do they flow? See, real yoga is for evolution of life. It's a layout given, a manual given for a human life to evolve as a being. And this is called Ashtanga Yoga or 8 limbs of yoga, which are depicted as 8 branches of a yoga tree. So now, Yama are the 5 principles which connect others or you to the external world. Whereas Niyama and asanas, they are about you, your own behavior. So they are connecting you to your body. And then pranayama, which is breathing, connects body to mind. It bridges body to mind. And then practice of pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, they all have to do with connecting your mind to your soul, mainly dharana and dhyana. They connect mind, they bridge mind to soul. What is samadhi? The ultimate state. When we reach to that stage, then it's our mind which is transcended, and we connect with the soul and we cross that as well, and our soul connects to that higher divine, higher supreme power which has created everything. Is there anything like that? If you doubt, then why don't you practice yoga and discover? Give yourself some time and read about real yoga and practice real yoga, not just yoga asanas. When you do yoga asanas for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, doesn't matter, your body is flexible. You are an adept asani. That is not what a yogi is. Yogi is the one who has transcended the self. So I wish you that connection. And can we start with complex poses early in the morning? Do not start with complex poses. That's a fourth point. Do not start with complex poses early in the morning. Even if you're regular, even if you're a regular asana practitioner, your muscles tighten overnight, and they slowly warm up when you do simple yoga stretches in the morning. So always start with simple warm up stretches first thing in the morning, and then do complex poses such as Surya Namaskar or pigeon pose and downward dog and all those complex asanas. Now, uh, I would like to reduce only my belly. Should I focus only on my abdomen muscles? Is that okay that if I do only exercises for my abdomen? No, it's not okay. See, your belly fat is getting stored because your level of activity is low. And if you want your belly fat to be reduced, then just doing abdomen core exercises to increase your abs is not something that will help you. It is your entire body fat, your entire body metabolism, fat metabolism or fat burning mechanism should be sped. And how do we do that? By increasing activity, repeated movements of body movements or fast movements, and then also increasing oxygen levels. When you do rapid activity, then you're going to breathe in more oxygen, right? So, I would recommend you to do full body exercises, even if you want to reduce only belly fat. Even if your goal is to reduce belly fat, you have a paunch or a pot belly, and you want to focus on that. Yes, you want to do more exercises for your abdomen, but then your muscle is everywhere. Your cheeks is also muscle, your neck is also muscle, your blood vessels are also muscle, and your muscle is an engine to burn fat. So activate your muscle so that your fat, your extra stored fat can be burned. That is how we reduce belly fat. Okay. And more ab exercises for a flat belly is a wrong idea. Coming to the seventh tip, aging. Aging doesn't mean slowing down. Just because you're aging, don't think that you should do simple yoga exercises. If you feel like you're aging and you cannot do complex yoga asanas anymore, then start slow and then increase gradually, transition from simple to medium to complex. That is how you're going to get stronger. Let me tell you one thing. I am a biologist. I am a scientist. I know how the body works. Your body has a rule: use it or lose it. Your muscle can learn. It can learn over the time. Your muscle can get stronger. People can get toned muscle even after they become 50 years old. Yes, they can. We can tone our muscle. We can change our face shape. We can change our nose shape. We can change our overall jawline and cheeks, and so many things we can change. It is possible. Don't think that everything is rigid in our body. No, our body is not rigid. Our mind is also not rigid. Yes, we have a capacity. Yes, we have a limitation. After 50, we cannot do brisk exercise like how we did when we were 25. I accept that. At the same time, you can improve. Gradually, you can improve. So take your time. And how to do this? If you need help, contact a yoga instructor. You can message me, you can comment, and I will help. Maybe you can fix a one-to-one session with me. Don't worry, it will not be a paid session, not expensive at least. Okay. Eighth point, don't roll yoga mat, fold yoga mat as I showed earlier, so that you can avoid the dust from the ground getting on your face and your body when you go on the yoga mat next time. Ninth point, stop postponing. If you feel like I haven't been doing yoga regularly and you have that guilt feeling, then do this. Just roll out the yoga mat and go sit on the yoga mat at night before falling asleep. Just so that you feel like you went on the mat, you did something. Sit in Sashankasana. What is Shashankasana? I will display that later in a next yoga series. And avoid a few things. If you do not have a mat, do not do yogasanas. No exercise should be done on the bare ground or on a carpet or on a bed sheet. And don't apply moisturizer on palms and feet and do it. It is slippery, it is dangerous. And don't put on AirPods and listen to some talk show or music and do some repetitive Surya Namaskar series or some yoga moves. That is not a right practice. I rather not do instead of doing like that. If you have 20 minutes and in that you would like to listen to a podcast, then finish yoga moves, yoga asanas in 10 minutes and go ahead and listen to your podcast the next 10 minutes. That's a great idea. I think that is how it should work. Namaste. And that is all for today.